what about Cooper Flagg in the Bronny James matchup? What did we see last night?
Well, I won't speak on Bronny James because I'm not allowed to speak on Lakers while I'm up here. So I'll go with Cooper Flagg. It wasn't impressive. I wouldn't say the words I don't want to use not impressive, but there's highs and there's lows. The lows, obviously, he couldn't get it going. The high for me was he was trying to get it going. You could see he was just missing shots. I know they're trying out him just playing point guard. That probably gonna stop once the season start. I don't think
Jordan.
Oh hell yeah, that's not gonna be a thing. Yeah, it's not gonna be a thing. Not for his game. He's so much because he's so much better. He's so much better. Like they had him at point guard yesterday. He didn't run one play. They put so much pressure on him. He just tried to go downhill. That's it every time. Like it's just not a good recipe for him. You might see him in action like they run in Europe all the time, where they set a ball screen for him with a smaller guard, maybe in transition. But him going 5 for 20 yesterday, like I said, I don't put a lot of stock on it, but the shots he was missing and taking, I know he's gonna make in the regular season.
Yep.
So that to me, and he still looked like he can be a very good defender, a rebounder. He rebounds in traffic well too, and on the side of AD or Lively or Gafford, like that's gonna be key. And Jason Kidd is not weird in a bad way, but he'll throw some lineups out there. You might see Cooper Flagg at the 3 sometime. So
that's what I think he is. Anyway.
So yeah, so you might see AD, Cooper Flagg out there, maybe with Lively, even though it's a big lineup, but you might see Jason Kidd do that. And so that to me,
that's why I expect him to start with.
He might, because you're right, because Kyrie hurt. But you forgot about PJ Washington.
Well, he went out Kyrie though.
But PJ Washington is there. So my thing is, you saw a lot of versatility from Cooper Flagg. Not looking at just his numbers as far as 5 for 20 scoring, but I don't like the point guard shit. That shit was bad.
Well, I do like the competitive spirit that he showed. He's going to be one of the best transition players in the league, probably immediately as far as like play finishing. I think he'll be getting out on the wing once they get stops, get the board, rebound, and go. I think because of some of their offensive limitations they might have in half court, especially with Kyrie Irving down, they're going to probably look to push the pace a little bit more, and I think that's going to benefit him. As you said, I do like the versatility we saw, the rebounding. I do think he's a solid passer as well. I think, maybe not like a playmaker, but he can definitely make some passes. The player that caught my eye kind of the most though in that game was the Nembhard brother.
Right.
Very good player. Looked a lot like his brother a few times out there, snaking pick and rolls, getting to that mid range. He definitely can pass. You can see why he led the country in assists last year in college.
2 years. He pretty much was top 2 years in a row.
Yeah. So he can make reads, can make passes, got a mid range game, smart, can process. Like he's gonna be. I think he can be a pretty good pro. So yeah.
Only my rebuttal about that, real talk about the Ryan Nembhard kid. He's small. That's the only thing. He's small. They make you small guards. And I was telling Penn this last night on playback. They make small guards prove it, whether it's in a G League or in another league, at least 2 to 3 years. So he gonna have to prove himself for about 2 years.
He's 6 feet tall,
if that. And he's not athletic, but he understands what to do with the basketball.
Yeah,
he understands. It's just he's gonna have to prove that he can consistently lead a team at least for 2 years before they really give him a real shot. Because it's a kid, Noel, the Marquise Noel kid. He was with Toronto. He's solid too. He can pass the ball. Like he had crazy numbers in college as far as assisting, but he's so small. He's smaller than Nembhard though, but they just make them. They got to make you prove it for some reason. So
Jordan, you and I are on opposite ends with Cooper Flagg, because I think Jason Kidd, as a former league guard, I think that he looks at Cooper Flagg like the evolution in the game. Like, I got a big guy who can handle the ball. He looked so much more comfortable than I thought he would with the ball. Just bringing the ball up. I ain't even talking about in the half court. Just bringing the ball up and in space. He just looked so much more comfortable getting the ball off the glass and going with it. So when we get in half court, I think that Jason Kidd is going to change some of that offense to have him at the lead guard, where we may not be running just pick and roll. We may run stuff where we get him in isolation, where he can go one-on-one against a smaller guy. We may get him in space where we have him at the top of the key, not necessarily a pick and roll where he'll get off the ball, come back and get it, and then go at a guy, where we got action off the ball and cause confusion. I think that his defense, because he looks like a quick study to me too. He looks like a guy who understands the game, and it doesn't look like I got to tell him things 2, 3, 4 times for him to get it. I understand that he's a rookie and there's things that he's going to have to learn over time. But I feel like his comfortability with the basketball, his toughness, and his defense, and him being a quick study, I think he's going to be just fine. Now, as far as Bronny James, I think we are exactly where we would be if he was in school. I see how much stronger he's gotten. I see the development. I just don't think we're there yet. Like we're in a space where I still think that he's a that.
How do you measure that he got stronger? I just want to know that. Like, how do you measure?
Just looking at his body and looking at his body, looking at how much faster he is, looking at how he absorbs contact and gets guys off of him. I remember watching him last year.
When did he do that yesterday?
When did he do what yesterday?
Get guys off of him.
Well, just from picks. Like last year, watching him in the summer league, like he would get knocked over a lot and he would get knocked off balance a lot. This year, he stood his ground a lot more times when we got cross action, and I'm watching him in screens where he just wouldn't get knocked over. He would absorb contact and just keep going. With that being said, I feel like we're still at the two-way player. We ain't there yet where I feel like he's going to be a major contributor. I still think we're another year or so away, a year, maybe 2 years away. But I like the development of where he is. I'm not one of these people that's looking at Bronny James like,
Bronny James got 2 more years?
I don't think so. No.
All right, there you go.
I don't think so.
You do know his contract is for 4 years.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
It's a 4-year contract.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Isn't it guaranteed also?
Yes, sir. $8 million.
Guaranteed. So
$8 million.
he will be there.
So JT, Bron gonna play 4 more years?
I don't think so.
Is he gonna play 2 more years?
I think I do think he'll play 2 more years. I do think that. I think he'll play next year.
Bron gonna play 2 more years?
I think he'll play next year, and then I think after next year, I think that's
they're gonna play through Bronny contract, then it's all fair.
What is the? I'm curious because Jordan, you brought up about Cooper Flagg maybe starting at the 3 or playing a lot of 3. What is? And I know it doesn't really matter as much, but what's the starting lineup going to be for Dallas? Are they going to go Lively, AD, Coop? Because I know you brought up PJ Washington, or are they going to go AD, Coop, PJ? Like, what's the starting lineup going to be before Kyrie gets here and even after Kyrie gets back?
You got to go D'Angelo Russell. Probably go D'Angelo Russell. I think they probably going to have another playmaker out there. I wouldn't be surprised if Dante Exum start.
Klay Thompson is their starting 2
guard.
I
forgot about Klay Thompson. You know what? That's the main guy we forgot
with
the Mavericks.
Klay Thompson is their starting 2 guard. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got Klay Thompson. I wouldn't be surprised if PJ goes to 3. AD don't want to play the 5.
That's what Lively is there
PJ
for.
coming off the bench, bro. I can't see PJ coming off the bench. That's going to be hard for me to see.
I think he's coming off the bench. I think it's going to be Lively, AD, Cooper, Klay, and then D'Lo.
I'm wrong for thinking it could be Max Christie.
Yeah, you don't think Max starts over Klay?
Like, I understand politics of the NBA. Like, am I wrong for thinking that's a possibility?
You're not starting
who's like if they go D'Lo, Klay, Coop, AD, Lively?
Yep.
You're gonna have Coop guarding the best players on the opposite team?
Possible. You know, y'all say Kevin Garnett.
Klay, yeah, Lively. I mean, they run their
Klay
system.
Thompson,
They run this length.
2025.
Yeah, but they have so much rim protection though. Like that's not really going to be their defense is going to be elite. But they will. Matt Christie can't start over Klay for many different reasons, and Mars is 100% right. Politics and money. Klay starting, So
yeah. I understand it.
I don't see Klay coming off the bench. I just don't see
Klay for sure ain't coming off the bench
because of how good he is and his value.
I think he's still good
because of the politics.
I think they need him starting. I think they need him starting.
I think his spacing is going to be huge because whether you want to admit it or not, Klay is still an elite shooter. Like still an elite shooter.
Then to sub him for Max Christie,
D'Lo gonna need somebody to pass the ball to because everybody else is a rumor.
I mean, Max Christie, PJ, and Najee Marshall off the bench.
That's nasty.
That's a solid. Max Christie might run.
That put off the bench too.
Dante Exum too. Don't forget about Dante Exum. But
I mean, that was
Max
Christie can run.
Dante Exum.
Dante Exum gonna be all right. But
how did they get
either way? Good job, Nico.
Max Christie can run a 1 a little bit too.
They you know what? I'm actually willing to say this. I can see them being before Kyrie gets back. They're a 6-7 seed before he gets back. Maybe
Top
5.
I can see him top
top
five.
three, four.
I can see him top
Top
five.
three,
Well, not without Kyrie. I don't. Maybe.
Why though?
Shit.
Why though?
Kyrie.
A lot of this stuff is going to be predicated on defense. And to my point earlier about Cooper Flagg, I think D'Angelo Russell plays great off the ball. I don't think he plays as well on the ball that he does off the ball. And I think that they're going to use Cooper Flagg a lot more. I think they're going to use Cooper Flagg a lot more on the ball than we. Than
11 seed. I bet 11 seed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they're doing
Flag is on the ball. It's 11 seed.
Jordan's going to get his wish. D'Angelo Russell's going to have the ball a lot, especially
You're going to see some
Kyrie
playmaking.
And actually, and Jordan, I was one that supported the D-Lo to Dallas move. I do think he's going to be really good for them. But after, I do think now you can't just win games off defense because now I've seen the Rockets now. Like I saw it happen.
Well, we win games off of rebounding.
Rebounding. But I'm saying like if you're thinking like, oh, Dallas can't be this certain team because offensively they can't hit this threshold, like.
But if they can stop them, shit.
Dallas are going to be a hard team to blow out.
Yeah.
Mars, when you talked about their bench, did you say Daniel Gafford too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. All right.
Hey, why you don't like Dante Exum though, Ox?
But I just don't think he's
a solid
very good.
defender too. He's a solid defender.
Okay, that's cool. I don't think he's necessarily like a. I don't want to call. Yeah, I will. He was weak, bro. Dante's not that good. Bro.
Tesla Edwards gonna be on Tesla Edwards gonna be there.
Nah, he ain't gonna play.
Garbage.
Ain't no way y'all think Dante Exum weak, bro. He not weak. He not like a perennial bench player, but he not weak, bro. He was all right for me last year. He gave him solid minutes.
Nope. Swipe okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Don't want to interrupt anyone. Is there a pathway for them to be a worse, but maybe I don't know. Could they be close to what the Rockets were last year without Kyrie? Just with the rebounding, the defense, the big lineups, just dominating the paint. 80, a much better version of Shingun.
They're better than that.
Well,
it's going to be a similar concept.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
My thing would be why can't they be? That would be my question. Why can't
they're similar, but they got AD, so it's like.
So I think we might be underselling.
They're going to be a less switchable defense, though. So it's going to be a different in terms of execution, but the concept of how we have success is going to be similar.
The teams are similar. I mean, Jalen Green and D'Angelo Russell, same thing.
Okay, if 45 games, Jordan, let's say AD plays 38 of the 45 to start the season. There's a path where they're 23 and 15 in those games, maybe 24 and 14. There's a possibility.
28 and 10.
Well, actually, no. Let me say this because now they're playing the Eastern Conference, so those are all wins. So now they're the top 5 in the West. So there's a world where they're like really good, and like people are like, Kyrie comes back, they're fighting for a championship.
If they're really good, they can delay Kyrie, not play him because you obviously want to get in a rhythm, but they could bring Kyrie back post All-Star, like take as much time as they want.
That's what I think.
He don't know if he's coming back though.
That'd be ideal.
He's supposed to say that.
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't play this season. No, that would not surprise me at all.
He might be like Jamal.
Some of you guys, I don't want to derail this, but some of you guys, maybe you can school me. Who is this shot blocking machine in Minnesota? Who is this kid?
I told you about Barry J when they drafted him. I told you about him. You asked me. Defensively, offensively, he looked better than I thought he was going to look. So shout out to him. But I told you he's that Rudy Gobert replacement. That's the vision.
Yeah, that's what
when they drafted him. But
you did tell me about him, Mars. Yes, you did. I do remember that.
That's the most impressive performance of the night. Yo, I'm Barry J.
Whatever was out there, he was just smacking it away.
Goodbye.
Nope. Get that out of here. Get that out of here.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. You're the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.